Okay, so we're gonna look at how to incorporate movement into your 3D Unity game, and this is very simple. Should just require a few lines of code. We're gonna start with just nothing. There's nothing on my Unity. This is as if you just made a brand new Unity uh, project. So let's get into it. So the first thing we want to do is add a player. So for this example, we're just gonna take go up here, 3D object, and then go to Q. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna scale it up to, let's say, 2 on the Y, so now it's taller, looks more like a player. And then we're also gonna add another 3D object, cube, and then we're gonna scale this on the X and Z. So let's bring this up to, let's say, 20. Bring up the Z to 20 as well. Okay, so now we have a floor. It's hard to tell the difference between the floor and the player, so what we're gonna do is come down here, right click here, go to create, and then it should say material, yep, here. And then let's just change this color to, let's change it to a green. You can do whatever color you'd like. Now we just drag this onto the floor, so now you can tell there's a difference between the player and the floor. Okay, so now let's add, and let's name these two. And let's name the floor as well. Okay, so now let's add the code. So what you want to do is go to player, go to add component, and also add the rigid body on this. This is important. Add a new script, and let's name this player movement. Okay, so now let's go click on our script here, and Visual Studio should launch up. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just come down here. So what we well, first actually we need to put a speed variable. So let's go up to the top here, and you can delete this void start. Okay, so what you want to do is let's make it a public, and let's make it a float, and let's name it speed, and let's set this equal to 40 for now, and with a semicolon. Okay, so we also want to make two more variables called public float horizontal input, and then another public float vertical input. Okay, so I'll explain to you what these are in a second. Okay, so let's go back down to our update. Okay, so inside the update, what we're gonna want to do is continuous update is it checks it every frame, or it's called once per frame, as you see up here. Okay, so what we want to do is get input from the user. So let's set horizontal input equal to input dot get axis, and then horizontal. Unity knows what this means, or it understands what a horizontal means. So, and then also do vertical input equals input dot get axis vertical. Okay, so now let's go down, and now this will be the actual movement. So what we want to do is transform dot translate vector 3 dot right. So this will be controlling the right, and then if it gets input to go to the left, this right will just be negative, so it'll be able to go to the left as well. So you can just do right for this. And then we want to multiply that by the speed, so that's how fast the player can move. We've set that to 40 for now. And then you also do horizontal input. Oops, sorry. Input, and then so this can tell, this multiplies it by the input it gets. So if there's no input, it's going to be 0, so there's not going to be any movement. And then you also want to multiply this by time dot delta time. So this makes it so that prior to this, since this is called once per frame, people whose computers have more frames, it alters the amount that you can move. So someone with a fast computer will see something different than someone with a slow computer. So we do time dot delta time. Okay, and then let's just copy, paste this. Now instead of right, we can do forward, and instead of a horizontal input, we do the vertical input. And so yeah, so this one will be for forward and back. This one is for right and left. So Control S, make sure to save this. Go back to Unity. Okay, so now if we run, as you can see, I click WASD and I can move. I can also do it with my arrow keys. So this is a very basic movement. It just takes, as you can see, it was literally 2 lines of code. This is all it was, just these 2 lines of code. And then, yeah, so that's it. We can also manipulate the speed variable from inside Unity. You don't even have to change the code. So let's say this is too fast for you. Let's change it to 10. This will be very slow, but let's just see. You run it. There you see. Now it moves much slower than before. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like, a comment, say anything. Say if you liked the video, if you found it helpful, what you didn't like about it, what I should do next. Subscribe. Thanks for watching.